Hello, good morning. Today I want us to go through this Excel exercise, which is actually an Excel exam for an interview into a company, which needed Excel skills, of course, from the employees. So right here we have the questions, and here we have our Excel table in which we will be doing all the necessary modification. And so I'll just go ahead and format this question table so that it will become clearer for us to see, and it will ease movement through the entire Excel sheet. So here we have the question number, we have the question, and then status. So whenever we answer each question, we will tick here until we reach the end of our question. Great. So let's start. The first question says we should extend column C to fit cost by month. So this is cost by month right here, and this is column C. We are asked to extend column C to fit cost by month. So total cost by month. Notice total cost by month has gone through column C and column G. There are two ways we can do this, by either clicking here and extending until we can get our total cost by month fitting in the cell, yes, or we can move to the line separating column C and column D, and then we double click and automatically it extends. So if we are done with that question, and I will just go ahead and mark the question as done. The next one says we should calculate total cost by month using a formula. Total cost by month, this is okay. Total cost by month, this is it. The formula, the calculations in Excel can be done through the formula method and the function method. Great. So calculating total cost, here we can do this by the set formula method. Great. Formula we in Excel starts with an equal to, yes, it's been stipulated here that we use the formula method, so it's going to be this, yes, plus this, plus this, plus this, plus this, plus this, and we press enter. Another way we can do this is by using the function method. Now here we'll use the function sum, the sum function. Double click and we select all the cells. Be careful not to select the first calculation we did up on using the formula method. Enter. Notice the two values are the same, so we have to do this for all the months, and we can simply drag across all the months to obtain the total cost by month using the formula, and then also drag this to obtain the total cost by month using the function, the sum function. So that second question is done. The third question says we should create border around table. Creating border around table, so we select our entire table. Yes, we select our table. So I'm just going to eliminate the one below. We select our total table, and you can create border by moving to the home tab font ribbon, and then choosing here you see border, and you can select the type of border you want. Create border around table, so we create our border. Great. So the third question as well is done. Formulate data as currency. So these business expenses are normally they are in currencies. Yeah, they are in currencies. So if you if you notice, they just appear like every other number that maybe you enter anywhere in your Excel sheet worksheet. Yeah, so if you want to formulate these numbers as currencies, we select all the numbers. Yes, and then in still the home tab, number ribbon, our currency here presently is it appears as general, so we can either choose currency or accounting. So what is the difference between this currency and accounting? If we select currency, for instance, the dollar sign appears in front of our numbers. Yes, just in front of it. But if we choose accounting, with accounting there is actually a space. There is a space between. Yeah, this error is as a result of our numbers being unable to fit. So I'm just going to reduce the number of decimal places so that our numbers can fit. So they said we should format format data as currency, which we will do right here, currency. But for now and for clarity, I'm just going to leave it accounting, so that we can be able to actually see that space. Cool. Next, so that's done. Next, we are asked to use formula to calculate total cost. Good. This is total cost here. So we are using formula equal to, and remember we can also use the sum function equals to sum. Yeah, let's just go ahead and use the sum function. Select, and then we are summing from January to February to April to June, and then enter. Still we have this error as a result of our numbers being unable to fit, so don't bother about that. Yeah, be careful when you're calculating total cost. Is total cost for various business expenses, so be careful not to add total cost by month again. Total cost by month again, but still let's just go ahead and do it so that we can be able to get the overall cost by month for the first and second quarter of the year. Good. So far so good. Next question, use formula to calculate average. Yeah, average still equal to, we use the average function. Average, we double click, and here you have to be careful not to select and include the total cost that you just calculated. Yes, great. That's the average expenses for the average expenses for office supply for the whole year. Cool. And then next, change the alignment in column E to right. Okay, this is column E here. We select E, and then we have to change the alignment to right. Here, home tab, alignment ribbon, you have right alignment, center alignment, and then we have left alignment. So we are changing this to right. Done. Calculate quarterly cost for Q1 and Q2. So if you notice, this is from January to June, which is the first half of the year. So I'm just going to write quarterly cost, and down here I'll write Q1, and here I write Q2. So quarterly cost for Q1 and Q2 equal to sum. So I'm adding monthly. I'm adding total monthly cost for January, February, and March. And for Q2, I'm adding the quarterly cost, the total cost by month for April, May, and June. Good. So that one as well. That one is also done. And then it says save the file to document folder. To save the file to document folder, we will come to File, we save as, we browse, then we go to document and save as exercise 1 completed. Yes, exercise 1 completed. So we save. Go. Done as well. Change page orientation to landscape. Yes. So we will, to change the page orientation, we go to layout, layout tab, orientation. Here we have portrait, and we are presently on portrait, and then here we have landscape. So we change page orientation to landscape. Great. Done. 11 says fit document into one page for the printout. We need to first define what is the work. Fit document into one page for print preview. The workspace, the workspace. Actually, our workspace is our working area, excluding of course this table, which is just a table of our question. For us to be able to fit our work into one page, we need to first of all verify how our work appears in print preview. And you see right here, our average has been excluded from the table, and will probably get into page 2. Yes, so if we were to print this work, it will include this question, and this is how it will appear. So that is probably why that question is asking us to fit document into one page. So to do that, we'll have to define our work area by selecting the work area. I'm just going to select a little bit below, so that in case we need to add something, if in case we need to add something, we can bring it below here. So after selecting, you go to page layout tab, and right here you have print area, and we define this as our print area. Good. So that is our present print area. That's our print area. So if we check print preview, right, the other table has been excluded and we just have our one page for printing after defining the print area. So done. Next, center worksheet horizontally and vertically. This is our worksheet. Remember to center it horizontally and vertically. We have here vertical centering and horizontal centering. So we middle alignment with center, that's horizontally, and then we also center it here, and that is done. Check spellings of the document. Check spelling of the document. So one way of doing this is one way of spell checking the document is by going to the review, and right here you have a spell check. We click spell check, spell, we autocorrect. Do you want to continue checking at the beginning of the sheet? Yes, we want to continue checking at the beginning of the sheet. So yeah, spell check completed, you're good to go. So we have spell check our document and autocorrect as well, and autocorrect. So one thing I also want to show you here is that if you don't know where the review tab is or where to find, searching for spell check, spell check, yeah, spell checking. If you search that, the errors are complete, the error check is completed for the entire sheet. So we've already done this, so it will just tell us that the error has been the check has been completed. Next, they say we should rename sheet 1 as business expenses. To rename sheet 1, we can either right click and select rename here, or we simply double click and business expenses. Yes, business expenses. Yeah, and we've renamed our sheet 1. We've renamed sheet 1. Add new sheet. Simply we add new sheet by clicking here. We've added our new sheet. Yes, so we can mark this. Let's go back to our sheet 1 and mark that as completed. Okay, equally mark addition of new sheet as completed. Change the width of column J and K so that content fit. Initially our J and K were total cost and average cost. We can change the width by double clicking here as well. Yeah, now total cost, you can see total cost is and average cost are now very visible. Yes, and we mark that as completed as well. Bold all headings and change font to 14. All headings, what are the headings? These are our headings here. So these are our headings. We have been asked to bold and then change font size to 14. Great. Completed. Merge and center the heading business expenses. So this is our business expenses right here. They said we've been asked to merge. Yes, merge and then center. Great. We've merged and center our heading. Great. And completed. So next we have been asked to forecast lease cost for third quarter by calculating Q3. Here we have data for just quarter 1 and quarter 2. So we have been asked to forecast for quarter 3. Here you have to make use of you try to imagine that the same pattern is going to repeat for quarter 3. So for the month of January we have 1,500, 2,500, 3,500. So you see there is an increase pattern of 1,000 and yes, increase pattern of 1,000. Here we had 6,500. So for July we'll probably also have 7,500, 8,500, and 9,500. Great. And now 9,500. So the expenses for quarter 3 will be this: July plus August plus September, which will give us the expenses for quarter 3. So that is how exactly what this question is asking from us, to identify pattern. Yes, to identify pattern and follow the same pattern up to quarter 3. So that is all, and that is what this exercise actually wanted from us. All you have to do now is probably to arrange your documents for printing. To arrange your documents for printing. So I'm going to have Q3 here and have equal to this plus this, enter, and I can remove all what we have here and then format this one as well as format it as accounting and reduce the number of decimal places. Good. Okay, forecast lease cost for third quarter by calculating quarter 3 total. All right, so this gives us actually the total for lease costs, and for quarter 3 it does not include, it hasn't included the total for the other item as well, which will probably remain constant. But then if you have any calculation to do, you just need to consider various expenses and then add your lease costs that we have forecasted in the quarter 3. So thank you. That is that for this exercise.